Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. I have a couple of things to announce before I start this video. First off, I would like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to this channel and liking this video. It really helps a lot because I put in a lot of work for these videos, so it really helps out a lot if you just hit that subscribe button or like button. It's for free. And turn on that post notification bell icon because then you'll be able to know every time I post a video and you'll be updated. So I also have a second announcement to make. I would like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to my second channel, Great Lakes Gardener. Now that channel, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. That channel is purely gardening, and it will only have gardening because I love gardening, so I decided to have a second channel for it. So please go check that channel out. I'll leave a link for it in the description box below. So, sorry. So today's video is going to be an episode on the fact that this first half of April will be below average and colder and snowier for much of the United States, excluding the southeast and the southwest. So let's dive right into it. As you can see, I am using the GFS right here, and the reason is for that because I in my earlier videos I mentioned that the GFS is not the greatest in predicting storms. So why would I use it for predicting a certain pattern? Well, in fact, what's a little bit weird about the GFS is that it's really good in predicting patterns, but it's not really good in predicting snowstorms. So that's a little bit weird because that seems to be kind of counterintuitive, but you know what? It's good. I've seen it. It's been historically accurate when it comes to pattern changes. So I've been using it for much of my pattern change videos or the pattern to predict any pattern change. So I'll be using the GFS. You can see this is the date right here at a current time frame. You can see as I move on forward, it'll change. So this is Thursday, March 29th, 2018, which is today's date. So you can see this is a storm that's moving from the south, and this storm was impacting much of the southeast with heavy rainfall. Houston got flooded yet again with heavy rainfall. So that's thankfully now moving up to the north into Canada with a strong snowstorm, but that's not going to affect us. Now you can see April is a warm month for much of the United States. It's where pretty much a breakthrough month where spring starts. But what's still weird that there's going to be a lot of blue on the map. Just look through this. There's the first storm. And the blue, if you don't know, is snow. The green is rain. So you can see this is the first little clipper, pretty strong for clippers, strong back winds, 995. You can see a typical cold front right here, a little bit of snow on the backside of it, especially on the northwest side, and that smashes through the Canadian Maritimes yet again. And now you can see there is a second storm that develops across the Midwest and the northern plains. This storm, if it shifts several hundred miles to the south, it could definitely impact more major metropolitan areas like Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Indianapolis, in fact, even Des Moines or even the Northeast. However, it does not look as if it will, but there definitely is a chance. You could see this storm kind of elongates into a long low pressure, so it will be definitely a dreary storm for much of the country with some snow and some rain. Doesn't look to be anything particular like a blizzard or strong winds with it. Just some regular old rain with some regular old snow. That's definitely the snow's unwanted at this point for most people. And you can see there's just a lot of snow that just breaks out across the country. You can see that the snow gets down into Virginia, southern Missouri, Kansas, even North Carolina. The storm is definitely icing in northern Georgia. That's a little Appalachian chain of cold air that dives south. That pretty much there's a high pressure here, which there is. It circulates the cold air down into it's like a channel, and it circulates the cold air into Georgia. That's why some parts of northern Georgia could be seeing some ice. And you can see this is April 8th. The average temperature for much of these countries, much of these states, is around 50, 60 to 70. However, there's going to be snow potential for South Carolina. So this is definitely something we need to watch. And you can see around April 15th, it starts to moderate, and you can see the rain reaches all the way up into Canada, and that definitely starts to break the pattern. So you can see a lot of snow coming through. If you're wondering how much snow is going to fall through these next couple of days, Let's go take a look at this. You could see it's pretty impressive. I mean, I don't think exactly. Look, this is not set in stone. The snowfall will fall. This could shift north or south, east or west. However, you could see parts of southern Missouri up to over a foot of snow, Kansas over a foot of snow, and even Nebraska over a foot of snow. You could see Tennessee, North Carolina, quite a bit of snow, and especially the northern tier of the country will see quite a bit of snow. It doesn't look as if there will be a major nor'easter anytime soon. However, there definitely could be a certain disturbance or one or two that could ride up the East Coast. Now let's look at the temperature anomalies, which pretty much give you the difference between is it going to be below average or above average at a certain state at a given time. So anywhere you see blue is below average. You see red. So let's start at hour zero, which is right now. And you can see the warm air starts. You can see it tries pushing in, but that just quickly closes it out. And this cold air just wins out for at least the first half of April. I mean, it just stays locked in there. And then finally, towards the middle part of April, the warm air starts breaking through. And eventually, I do think that for the second part of April, the warm air will dominate and it'll be much above average temperatures for much of the country. So you just need to get through these couple of weeks, and I think we'll be fine. If you're wondering in temperatures, exactly like the actual temperatures, how it will be like, I will show you that, guys. Right now, let's bring this back to hour zero. And you can see, pick your given state, given place, closest weather station, and find your numbers. And if you're wondering what this blue is the 32-degree line. Anything that's green or above, like anything that's different colored, like not blue, that's above freezing. Anything that's blue is below freezing. So you can see at the beginning, it seems as if the warm air, it's just going back and forth. You could see some 30s, 40s, not too bad. But then the cold air really starts like bouncing back and forth between the days and nights. You can see 17 Madison, Wisconsin, 5 Green Bay, Wisconsin, 28 Peoria, Illinois. So some definite cold air coming through. And this could definitely destroy some early season crops that you have in your garden. So make sure to cover up that. And to be completely honest with you guys, I kind of miss spring already also. Even though I'm a snow lover, I love snow, hence the name. I really do enjoy spring, especially since I'm a gardener and I like to plant my plants, especially out early in the spring. So, I mean, I have a channel for that, so it just goes to show you that I just kind of want warm temperatures. I'm also sick of it, so you're not alone if you're sick of it, because I think most people are. But you can see at the end it starts moderating, even some 60s develop in the same areas where a couple days ago it was 23. So this is definitely just going to be for the early part of April. And afterwards, I do think that this will warm up. If you want a general broader look, this is the 8 to 14 day outlook for NOAA. Let's go take a look at that. NOAA, whether you like it or not, this time around has it pretty well pinpointed down. You could see really dark shades of blue. I mean, this is almost the darkest shade of blue possible. 70% right here, only 2 more shades. And you could see the cold air is definitely going to be almost 70% likely dominant across most of the northern parts of the nation, except, like I said, southwest and the southeast will most likely get spared from these cold temperatures. And if you're wondering if this indicates more snow, technically it does, because look, cold air across much of the country, and where that cold air is, above average precipitation. So if the precipitation overlies the cold air, that most often means snow. However, if it's not cold enough, it could just be a cold rain. But April is still that month where it could definitely be some heavy snow, days for certain parts of the country. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Please consider liking this video. Please consider subscribing to my second channel and liking the videos on that channel. And see you guys on the next episode.